We had always been taking drives around the area when we were staying closer to Puerto Banús. We always loved coming up into the mountains and just exploring the elevated areas. And one day we were taking a walk around the big lake Embalse de la Concepción, and we just looked up this way and we saw some construction and thought it would be really interesting to see what's going on up there. So we took a drive up here, did some walking around, loved the aspect, the setting. Actually came right up here to this specific area where they had started the construction, and just got a really nice feel, the elevated feel, the breeze, and of course the amazing sea view. So yeah, pretty much from that moment we decided that it was time to look for a nicer, bigger place up in the hills with this kind of natural, open air, spacious feeling. So that was the driver. We only come here during the school holidays. So, you know, we come around Easter when the schools close at Easter for maybe 2 weeks. Then during the summer, we have a more extended stay during the summer holidays. Then we might come back for the midterm break in October, and possibly for a week just after Christmas. Like to spend Christmas at home, but down here the weather is pretty amazing. What we love about the design and the architecture of this particular urbanisation is that the properties are wide, whereas in the older architectural style they were narrow and long. Every room has a sea view and the living area is just much bigger. So that was a key selling point for us, just having a much wider property, which is more in keeping with what we're used to at home as well. So you don't feel like you're living in an apartment, you feel like you're living in your own, almost in your own house at home. So yeah, more space and the actual design and layout, and of course the amazing view.
In the old place, the garden wasn't as big, so I didn't have as much space to play.
We can stay in contact with our customers and partners and suppliers via Teams, via Zoom, obviously by phone. And the broadband service up here is really good. It's high speed, very high speed, perfectly reliable. There are no signal issues. So yeah, we've been very lucky that we can quite easily run our business from here remotely. And as I say, we're not here full time, it's only during school holidays. And even if you do need to go on a quick trip, Malaga Airport isn't that far away. So yeah, thankfully no issues in that respect. Well, when we first moved up here, we always wanted to take advantage of the morning, lower temperatures in the morning. So we would try to get up not too early, about 7:30, 8 a.m. I suppose it's early if you're on holidays, but the benefit is that we could just go on the amazing hikes around the area. You have 2 or 3 different trails that you can easily walk or cycle. We haven't invested in electric bikes yet. You would need electric bike unless you're a professional cyclist to manage the hills. But we've not yet invested in the electric bike, so we prefer to just go on hikes into the hills and down to the lake, which is amazing. So yeah, that would be a typical morning. Then we would have lunch here in the apartment, enjoying the view. We would usually head out for dinner more at the weekend, or we would cook here during the week. Having a lot more space meant that we enjoyed spending more time in the property and didn't feel the need to be going out as often as we used to. It's going to be really interesting to see how the lake turns out. That was a key selling point of the whole development, was that They were going to develop the man-made lake, the surrounding golf course, the padel, hotel is going in. Restaurant and supermarket would be nice, of course, but yeah, I think what's going to be really interesting will be to see how the lake turns out. If the standard of finish of the properties is anything to go by, I'm sure the lake will be equally as impressive, if not more.